Good morning, Morgan, and good morning to any of Morgan's friends. And here we are in Python Training Video 70. It's not going to be a very long read, okay? And it's not going to be nearly as complicated to understand as the training video 69 was. Okay, it's going to be should be a lot easier for you to understand, and and this little bit of code, again, I created it for you. If you need it, just send me an email to the email address in the description if you want a copy. All right, with that, let's go ahead and read this little bit of manual, and then let's check out the code and maybe even run the code. All right, well, with that said, let's get this party started.
Python TV70 9.7 Odds and Ends. Sometimes it is useful to have a data type similar to the Pascal record or C struct, bundling together a few named data items. An empty class definition will do nicely.
Okay, so what are they talking about? Because obviously none of you know Pascal or C. Okay, and you're probably going to have to, you're going to learn it whether you want to or not. But anyway, it's not a big deal. They're all kind of similar. They have just little differences. Anyway, the point is they're talking about creating like a little space, a little workspace for stuff that just doesn't belong. Okay, and how are they doing that? Look at this. They're creating a class, but what are the statements underneath the class? Pass. Oh, so there's nothing in there. They're not creating any integer objects or instance objects. They're not creating any function objects, right? There's just nothing there. There's no code, right? Then in here, what are we doing? We're taking it and we're creating an instance of the employee class. But oh my God, look at this. Apparently, we can just create variables on the fly. Look, okay, all right. There's nothing called name in there. So it's kind of like your little spot where, if you're doing the code, you need this little bit here. You can do that. Maybe in another program, you're dealing with cars. You know what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? Anyway, let's go ahead and finish the reading.
A piece of Python code that expects a particular abstract data type can often be passed a class that emulates the methods of that data type instead. For instance, if you have a function that formats some data from a file object, you can define a class with methods read and readLine that get the data from a string buffer instead, and pass it as an argument. Instance method objects have attributes. m__self__ is the instance object with the method m, and m___func___ is the function object corresponding to the method.
Okay, did you get that? This one's for the instance objects, and this one's for the function objects. And what exactly it does, I'm not actually sure. I mean, I'm a little confused. It's a little cloudy here for me, but it's okay because you've got it, whether you realize or not. That's going to be a splinter in your brain. And what'll happen is as you're going through your little coding career, this will pop up and you go like, oh, I remember this. Hey, let me go look back at training video 70. And oh, look, it starts to make, now I get it. Anyway, with that, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the code for this video. All right, well, here we are in the code. And we've got their example code. And I went ahead and threw in some print statements in here so we can take a look at these fields. Okay, here's our little dummy class. We create an instance of the dummy class, John. And then, look at this. We can create whatever variables we want. All right, here we got us two strings and an integer variable. All right, and then the print statement, it just prints out. I guess I could print it out for you, But I mean, I'm sure you guys have some other thing you want to do. But the bottom line is, you know what? What the heck? Let's go ahead and run it, and then you guys can go outside and play. Oh, what am I talking about? You guys don't do that anymore, do you? Anyway, let's hit the start button. Tick ting, chaka 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 boom. All right, I can see the output, but you can't. So I'm gonna cut out of this code, and then we're gonna go and come back at the output. All right, see you in a bit. All right, here we are. In the output, name John Doe, department, computer lab, salary 1,000. And of course, if you go back about 30 or 40 videos, there's all that editing and formatting of numbers that you could do with dollar signs and stuff like that. Anyway, that finishes up this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your day.